Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mike. Now this video is for you Americans who are thinking about moving to the Philippines. And if you're already collecting your Social Security or you will be soon, I've got something really interesting to show you. I'm going to throw a little hypothetical situation at you. Let's say that your Social Security is going to pay you $2,000 a month. Now, if we convert that into Philippine currency, with today's exchange rate, that comes out to about 117,200 pesos per month. So here's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to pick several professions here in the Philippines, jobs that require a college degree, and we'll compare their average monthly income to your $2,000 a month Social Security check. You can play along and guess which income is higher, your Social Security or the salary of that profession that is here in the Philippines. So let's get started. Now, before we begin, let me make one thing clear. I'm not going to talk about minimum wage jobs. We already know that the minimum wage here in the Philippines is very low, about $182 per month on average. That's not what this video is about. Instead, I want to focus on jobs where people go to college and work hard to get their educations. Professionals who, in the US, would be making middle class to upper middle class incomes. You might be surprised by what you're about to see. All right, let's start with a profession that sounds pretty serious, a construction project manager. Now, when you hear that title, you probably think, okay, that's a big job, a lot of responsibility, someone who has to oversee workers, keep safety standards high, and make sure projects finish on time and on budget. In the US, a construction project manager can easily earn six figures per year. So how much do they earn right here in the Philippines? Well, if you guessed that it's more than your $2,000 Social Security check, you'd be wrong. The average construction project manager in the Philippines earns about $829 per month. That's less than half of what your Social Security check brings in. And this is for a job that comes with a ton of responsibility. Now let's move on to our next one, an architect. In the US, the average architect makes around $9,000 per month. That's a good living, comfortable, professional, and respected. So how about in the Philippines? Surely it has to be at least $2,000 a month, right? Nope. The average architect here earns about $611 per month. That's less than 1/3 of your Social Security income. Now, to be fair, the cost of living here is much lower, but it really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Your $2,000 Social Security check could be 3 times the monthly salary of a professional architect. Now let's move on to a job that everyone respects, a family doctor. In the US, this is a high-paying profession. You'd expect that in the Philippines, it's also among top earners. So what's the average monthly salary for a doctor here? Is it more than $2,000 a month? It's not. It's about $742 a month. Yeah, you heard that right. A family doctor, someone who's been through years of medical school and training, makes less than half of your $2,000 monthly Social Security check. It's one of those moments where you realize just how different the economies really are between the US and the Philippines. Okay, let's kick things up a notch. Let's talk about a specialist, a neurosurgeon, someone who performs brain and spine surgery. Now, if you guessed that this one would finally beat your Social Security income, you'd be right. The average neurosurgeon here earns about $3,732 per month. That's a strong income by Philippine standards. In fact, in the Philippines, a salary like that would be considered upper middle class. But in the US, that same profession would earn well over $20,000 per month. So again, it shows just how wide the income gap is between the two countries, even for top-level professionals. Next up, an attorney. A lawyer in the Philippines earns on average around $1,036 per month. That's a little more than half of your $2,000 a month Social Security income. Now imagine that. You're retired, collecting your Social Security, and your monthly check is roughly double the salary of an attorney in the Philippines. That really highlights how far your money can stretch here. And finally, let's take a look at one of the most talked about professions in the Philippines: registered nurses in an ICU. They're well known around the world for their hard work, compassion, and professionalism. So what does an ICU nurse earn here in the Philippines? Around $600 per month. Yes, $600 a month. It's one of the biggest reasons why so many Filipino nurses go abroad to the US, the Middle East, or Europe, where they can earn 10 or even 20 times what they make here in the Philippines. Here at home, their skills are highly valued, but unfortunately the pay doesn't match the level of responsibility that they carry. Now, I want to take a step back and let all of this sink in for a second. If you're an American collecting $2,000 a month from Social Security, you're already earning more than most white-collar professionals here in the Philippines, including doctors, lawyers, and engineers. That doesn't mean life here is easy or that everything is cheap, but it does show you the kind of purchasing power your income has. When you compare it to what people earn locally, you realize how comfortable you could be here if you manage your money wisely. You could afford nice housing, good health care, reliable transportation, and still have plenty left over to enjoy the lifestyle or even help others. Now, of course, this isn't to look down on anyone or brag about what you earn. The point of this video is to give you a realistic comparison, a perspective that helps you understand the economic differences between the US and the Philippines. Because when you move here, you're not just changing countries, you're entering a completely different economic system where your income might go a lot further than you expect. So whether you're planning your move or you're already living here, it's good to keep those numbers in mind. Your Social Security might just provide you with a lifestyle that would be considered upper class by local standards. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you found this video eye-opening and maybe even motivating if you're thinking about moving here to the Philippines. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of my future uploads. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. God bless and peace out.